Welcome to the financial literacy training for students. How do you understand financial literacy? According to Your Life, Your Money, financial literacy is the ability to use knowledge and skills to manage financial resources effectively for a lifetime of financial well-being. So this is how we manage our money, not only for today, not only for tomorrow, but for a lifetime. Okay, so I have a question for you. Do you manage your finances well? Okay, think of that many times. Again, do you manage your finances well? Okay, so let's have reality check. So describe your money using a line of a song. Okay, you may sing May Bukas Pa, or any song that can, or line of a song that describes your money. Okay, another reality. When it comes to saving and securing the future, many good people fail, smart people fail, hard-working people fail, young people fail, even old people fail. Doctors, teachers, engineers, many end up retiring without enough savings. These people don't set out to fail. They do because they failed to plan and manage their personal finances. So it means that even how rich you are, how money you have earned, if you don't know how to manage your personal finances, so you fail, or we will fail. Okay, so another question. Where does your money come from? Okay, so you may have your money from your parents as your allowance, from any side hustle like selling online. Okay, so according to Robert T. Kiyosaki, so he is an famous investor. So we have two sources of income. So the first is active and the second is passive income. So what do you mean by active income? So active income, it means you work for money, or we are working for money. If we don't work, so we don't have money. Just like being employed and self-employed. So if we are employed, so we work. And if we don't work, we will not get paid. Even self-employed. Okay, so even we sell sari-sari store. If we don't open our store, so we don't have money. So these two belong to active source of income. Second source of income is passive income, or it means that money is working for us. So even though we sleep, we go to vacation, we still have money working for us, or we still have money. Okay, just like owning big business. Because if we have big business, we have people who will work for us to generate income, or work for the business to generate income. Another one is being an investor. If we invest, so we'll let our money earn for us. Okay, again, so those are the sources of income. Okay, question. Do you have these sources of income? Do you have an active income, or do you have a passive income? So it doesn't mean that even we are still students, we don't have passive income. So everyone can have, or can start earning an active and passive income. Okay, let's proceed. How about borrowing or loan? Is it a source of income? So that is not a source of income. In fact, before borrowing or before having a loan, so you should think that many times if that is good or bad. Okay, then another question. where does your money go? So we have talked about where does our money come from. Now, let's talk where does your money go? Okay, so let's know the difference. Our money goes to either needs or wants. Okay, let's differ that the difference between the two is needs. If we say needs, these are the things that we must have to live and advance in your work. Examples are food, clothing, and shelter. If we talk about wants, so these are the things that we would like to have but can live without. So we can still live without these things or without wants. Okay, let's identify if that is a need or that is a want. Food, if we say food, okay, clothing, house. Okay, this example 3 can be a need or can be a want. If we say basic food like rice or sudan, so these are need or needs. But we say very delicious food, very expensive food, just like eating out with your friends, dining out with your family in a very high-end restaurant. So that is no longer a need. That is already a want. Okay. How about gadget, jewelry, automobile, children's education, support for parents, siblings, relatives, payment for debt or loans, healthcare, and insurance premium. So these things can be a need or it can be needs or wants. So depend on how you use, depend on how you treat these things. For example, this gadget. So gadget, or for example, cell phone. If you use cell phone for just like now, online education, for online business, so that is a need because we can pursue our online business or our online study without cell phone. But we still, if we just use that cell phone in anything that is not very important, just like purely in entertainment, so that is considered as a want. Okay, then, and how to avoid overspending. So what do you mean by overspending? So you spend more than what you have. Okay, so first tip is list the things you want to buy. Okay, so for example, if we are planning to go to a grocery, so let's have a list of the things we want to buy or we need to buy. Then think many times if it's a need or a want. Then of course always consider your budget. So thinking many times, it depends on what we are going to buy. Because for example, if we are talking about grocery, if we are planning to buy a for example a very expensive mayonnaise. Okay, so let's think it many times if that is a need or a want, diba? If we still live without that very expensive mayonnaise, or let's just have another alternative for that very expensive mayonnaise, for example. The next is understand your spending triggers. What are spending triggers? Okay, so one of the spending triggers are emotion. If we get sapot, gisapot ta, if we get mad, if we get stressed, if we are stressed, then we are going to go to for a mall. So your emotion will affect your spending. Okay, so kung gisapot ta or we get stressed, so that's why we can buy many things then after all, we can realize that they are not important things. They are just waste of our money. Then at the end, we can realize that we don't have money anymore because of those spending triggers. Then track your spending. You monitor your spending. How much do you spend? Okay, so we should always monitor our spending. We should list down all our expenses so that we can monitor, we can evaluate if we bought the needs, or if we bought the wants, and what we're going to do next time, so that we can avoid overspending. Okay, then stick to cash. Bring only the necessary amount. Okay, so again, for example, if you are planning to go to grocery, so then of course you have the list of the things you want to buy. Then of course you make a budget. For example, you estimate, for example, it costs 5,000 pesos. So you just bring 5,000 pesos plus pliti, so that you cannot be, or you will not be tempted to buy other things which are out of your list or out of your budget. Okay, so bring only the necessary amount. Then the most important thing is, let's live below our means. Okay, always live below our means. If we earn 10,000 pesos, so let's not live with a lifestyle more than that, or let's not buy things more than what we have. If you have an allowance of 500 pesos per week, so do not buy things which are expensive or can consume all your 500 pesos. So that is the most important thing we need to consider. Okay, then do you have leftovers? Okay, leftover savings refers to the part of your disposable income, take-home pay, that is not spent on consumption. It must be defined as an expenses. Na pa ba mo'y nabilin? Sa allowance nga inyong na-receive, do you still have nabilin or leftover? Okay, so tingali, if you don't have leftover, because you follow this formula which is wrong. Income minus expenses equals saving. So you make the saving at the last portion. Kung naa pa ba, for example, gatagang kag allowance nandiyan nahurot siya sa mga expenses, nandiyan imong hunahunaan ha pa ka mag-save. But that is not the correct formula. The correct formula is, if you are given an allowance, so you take a portion for savings before spending it. Okay, so put savings first. Let's be disciplined. Let's shift our mindset. Let's change our mindset into this formula. So this is a very powerful formula, so that we will not be experiencing difficulty in finances, in terms of finances. So again, income minus savings equals expenses. Okay, so we have also budgeting rules for us to save. Okay, first is the 50-30-20 rule. So it means you get 50% for your needs, 30% for your wants, 20% for savings. Okay, another rule is 10-20-70, or this is called an abundance formula, because the first 10% of what you earn or what you receive should go back to God. Okay, tithes. It's called tithes. Then 20% for savings and 70% for expenses. Okay, so saving doesn't mean you'll not enjoy anymore. You'll not enjoy your allowance anymore. You'll not enjoy your income anymore. But we should allocate a portion of what we earn for tomorrow. As what we said, the definition of financial literacy: for a lifetime, managing our finances effectively for a lifetime. So not only for today, not only for tomorrow, but for a lifetime, or any rainy days, any storms that will come into our lives. So we still have money, we still have something to facilitate in our living. Okay, then how do you save money? So we have some discartes on how to save our money. First is you open a savings account. Then you may use envelope system. So your savings, you may put that in an envelope, or your expenses. For example, this tuition, I will put this in my envelope. In this envelope, then for example, graduating fees, I will put this in this envelope. And then your plan, for example, you are planning to buy a cell phone, then you put your money in an envelope. Or you may use alcansya, the very traditional way of saving money. Then, of course, you participate in saving challenge. For example, just like the trending nowadays, that all 5 peso, all 5 coins, all 1 coin, saving challenge for all 1,000 you see. Okay. Then, what do you save for? Okay, so it's not good if you just say save without a plan, without a goal. So there should be a goal. There should be a plan. So, and it should be a SMART goals. SMART goals. What do you mean by SMART goals? SMART, it should be specific. What do you want to save for? For example, cell phone cost 8,000 pesos. Measurable. How do you, is it measurable? How do you save? Okay, for example, weekly you save 50 pesos. Then achievable. Your capacity to save. Do you have income, or do you have another side hustle to achieve your goal? Then realistic, of course, that is realistic, because that's only a cell phone cost 8,000. In timely, you should set a time frame as to when that goal should be accomplished. Okay, for example, cell phone 8,000 pesos, you save it by weekly. Then you are earning, of course, you receive allowance. Then you are earning income through online selling, because online selling can be done by a student. Online selling, another side hustling. Okay, musod ta as helper, or manindata, or any. Then of course that is realistic. Then kinahanglan nga December 2023 ako na siyang mapalit. Okay, so you should have SMART goals. Another, plan your goals. Okay, define your goals, document your goals, monitor your goals. So because if you don't do these things, okay, mawara your saving habit. You will not inculcate a saving habit. Then ang imong pag-save mawala ra. So again, let's define our goals, document your goals, monitor your goals. Okay, what do I mean by defining goals? Unsa tagpila, kanus-an nimo gusto. Document your goals, ilista gyud nimo nang picturean, so that you will be reminded with your goal. Then monitor your goals. Atong tanawon og hapit na ba human atong pag-save, pila na atong na-save, yan na. Okay, then another question, does your savings grow? Okay, so it's saving is very good thing. Then the question, does your savings grow? Okay, so if you just put it in the alcansya in an envelope, so of course they do not grow. But we want growth of our savings. So this is another tip. Let's save and invest. Okay, keeping more of the money you earn, then making more of the money you keep. Okay, so again, keeping more of the money you earn and making more of the money you keep. Okay, so saving from the money we earn, and then investing from the money we save. so that it will grow. It's called save to invest. Okay, let's have investment. Okay, do you have investment or do you invest? Do you understand what is investing? Okay, to invest is to allocate money with the expectation of a positive benefit return in the future. So that is one of the difference between saving and investment. If we say save, they do not grow. The savings do not grow. It will grow in a bank, but it will just give you uh, a very minimal return. But in the next slide, savings in a bank is considered as investment. Okay, then, but investment, of course, there is a return when we say investment. Okay, so an investment is an asset or item acquired with the goal of generating income or appreciation according to Investopedia. So we put our money for a return. Okay, these pictures, are they an investment? Okay, so think of that. So many of these things can be depende, or have you use. If you use that in business, so that is investment. But if you just use this for personal without income, so these are not investment. Okay, we have types of investment. We have ownership investments, we have lending investments, and we have cash equivalents. Let's have first ownership investment. Ownership investments, these are the most volatile and profitable class of investment. Examples are stocks, business, real estate, precious objects, and collectibles. So I know you are familiar with stocks in the stock market, business, real estate, precious objects like gold, silver, collectibles, just like very expensive paintings. Okay, then lending investment. Lending investments. Lending money is a category in investing. The risks generally are lower than for main investment, and consequently the rewards are relatively modest. Examples are savings account and bonds. Then next is cash equivalents. These are investments that are good as cash, which means that they can be converted back to cash easily and quickly. Example are money market funds. So let's have that later. Okay, what to consider when investing? Basta may pang-consider kung mag-invest. Of course, the return. Okay, so return, this is the money made or lost on an investment over some period of time. Okay. So, pila may balik na to ana? Is it 4%, 6%, 8%, 12%? Okay, so for us to know, one way of knowing how much is the return or pikanus asya mubalik, so we have rule of 72. So rule of 72, so you just simply divide 72 by the interest rate or inflation rate to estimate the number of years it takes for your money to double or for or against you. For example, you have known an investment vehicle which will give 4%. Okay, so you just simply divide 72 divided by 4%. Okay, so pila man na? Pila ka na 72 divided by 4%. So this is 18. So it means that your money invested will be double after 18 years. Okay, just like this one. At age 29, you invest 1,000 pesos in 4% investment vehicle. Then, madubli siya at the age of 47. Okay. What if you know an investment vehicle with 6% return? So, 72 divided by 6, this is 12. Okay, 12. So, 29, 1,000. Then, pagka 41, nahimong 2,000. How about kung you know an investment vehicle that will give you 8%? So, 72 divided by 8, only 9. 9 years. It only takes 9 years to double your money. 29, 1,000. At the age of 38, 2,000. How about if you know an investment vehicle with 12%? So, 72 divided by 12 is 6. So, it means that every 6 years, your money will get doubled. So, these are the percent or interest rate that will or that are possible. Pwede pa siyang mahimong 12%. So, but if we know an investment vehicle that will give us 20%, 50%, so that another thing should be considered like risk. Okay, risk. This is any uncertainty with respect to your investment that has the potential to negatively affect your financial welfare. We have two types of financial risk: systematic risk and unsystematic risk. Systematic risk, also known as market risk, a risk that can affect an entire economic market overall or a large percentage of the total market, just like this pandemic, so it affects the whole market. If we say unsystematic risk, so this is internal or due to company or industry specific hazard. So again, if we invest, so one thing to consider is return and risk. So risk, okay, so we'll not invest if we'll just think of a return, diba? So tingali, most of us or many of us think only return kay dako ag maginansya, dako ang madoble ang kwarta without any consideration of a risk. Okay, so return and risk should go hand in hand. I mean, you should consider the two. Okay. Risk. In general, low levels of risk are associated with low potential returns. And high levels of risk are associated with high potential returns. Okay, so mao na ito timanan if it will give us low return. So of course, it's expecting low risk. For example, in a bank, very low return and then low risk man sad kay very safety. And then it will just give us less than 1% return per annum. Okay, but if we choose high return investments, so of course we should expect high risk. But we should keep in mind that high risk doesn't automatically equate to higher return. So it doesn't mean pod always that high risk is high return. Okay, then each investor must decide how much risk they're willing and able to accept for a desired return. So this will be based on factors such as age, income, investment goals, liquidity needs, time horizon, and personality. So ikaw nga investor, you should evaluate yourself how much risk you are going to take, or you consider your risk tolerance. In an investment, or just like in a very legit investment, so before you start investing, so there are few questions on asking your risk appetite. Okay, so you gonna be asked on anang talawan baka or ngunana, so just to evaluate or assess your risk appetite. Okay, so mao po na atong i-consider. Then of course, let us consider the safety. So let us find the investment vehicles we are planning to invest in if they are regulated by the concerned government agencies, just like Securities and Exchange Commission, just like Insurance Commission, or Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, or any other concerned government agencies that will directly monitor or regulate that investment vehicle. So they have official website, as you can see in the screen. Okay, where to invest? Okay, asa man ta mo invest? Okay, so we may invest in banks. Okay, so banks offer, aside from savings account, they have IUTF, or invested unit trust fund. Alright, inana. Then we have also we can invest in real estate, mga properties, in business, okay, in insurance companies, because insurance companies now offer insurance plus investment. Then e-wallet, we have lots of e-wallet today, which are regulated by Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. They offer investment. Okay, then PSE, if you would like to invest in stock market, so we can visit PSE for the regulated broker. So if we say stock market, so we are directly investing in a company. For example, if you want to invest in the famous food chain, just like Jollibee or Jollibee Foods Corporation, so you can directly invest your money through a broker. So PSA have regulated brokers on stock market investment. Then PIFA, or this is the Association of the Philippine Investment Funds. Okay, so mutual funds. So I can give you the difference between mutual funds, which are regulated by PIFA or PIFA, and stock market. If you say mutual funds, these are the investment companies which offer investment, but they have a professional manager to manage your finances. You will just pay and then let the the professional manager choose the companies to invest in. So there is no more hassle. Okay, but it will just give us a minimal return. But in mutual funds, we have different kinds of mutual funds. Can give us high return, medium, and or average, or just a low return. Okay, then we have tips in investing from Warren Buffett. Okay, he said risk comes from not knowing what you are doing. So if you don't know what you're doing, so possibly you may take a lot of risk. Okay, so before going to investing or any investment, so let's have first an orientation. Let's should understand first before going to that activity. Then keep things simple and don't swing for the fences. When promised quick profits, respond with a quick no. So no for a quick profits, because in a legit investment there is no term like quick profit. So that's why there are a lot of people who became victims of a quick scheme, or because people love to have quick to be rich quickly, but that is not legit. Okay, or else we will just be a victim of that vehicle. Then do not take yearly results too seriously. Instead, focus on 4 or 5 year averages. So if we say investing, we should not think of a short period of time. So let's think for a long-term focus. So we invest for a long-term goal. Okay, for example, if you plan to have vacation, to go to vacation, so of course you should have a time frame of 5 to 10 years, and then you can invest so that you can have it realized. Okay, then never invest in a business you cannot understand. So kung waka kasabot, no invest. So You should learn, you should attend orientations para makasabot ka unsaon na. Then do not put all your eggs in one basket. So we should, if we invest, we should diversify our investment. So kung ato ra nang ibutang ana tanan nga investment ana nga company, then kung malos na mao na malos pud sila tanan. Okay, but if we diversified it, so at least okay siya kay mi okay nawari pero okay gihapon ring usa. Okay, then another tip before investment. So most of us started investment without emergency fund, without managing our debt, without protection, health care. So the first thing to do is, aside from increasing cash flow, so to increase our cash flow, that should be the bottom or the most foundation to have a very solid financial foundation. So increase cash flow, just like saving more and spending less. Okay, then health care and protection. Okay, healthcare. So healthcare should be the bottom, because if we get sick, so asa man ta mo kuha, so there should be a healthcare. Then protection, what if something will happen to us? So kinahanglan natay healthcare and protection kaysa na kaninang investment ra ato atanan. So mao nang mapuhok, just like what happened to our lolas and lolos before, nga magkasakit sila, ilang ibaligya ang yuta, which is not unta, because ang yuta is for pwede siya for business or for ano pa kanang pwede siya for good nang na siya, pero dili ang investment unta is dili para ug masakit ka, para unsay mahitabo nimo, unsay naay mga emergency. So investments are intended for your goals, bakasyon or unsa pa ba, negosyo, diversification inana. Then that's why we should have before ana or samtang nag-investa, we should have healthcare una kay ug magkasakit ta simbako mao na atong kakuwaan. Protection kay unsay mahitabo nato naatay protection or insurance. Then of course we should manage our debt, walay utang, atong i-zero out atong debt. And then emergency fund. So emergency fund, there should be at least 3 to 6 months atong emergency fund para unsay, for example, naay mahitabo or naay pareha dong naatay mga calamity, so naatay makuhaan, dili nato makuhaan atong investment, dili nato makuhaan ato ang, of course, ang uban pa. So this is a very good foundation, so solid financial foundation, because this is diversified. So dili ra tayong investment tanan, but of course we should have emergency funds. We should manage our debts. We should have life insurance in kaso unsay mahitabo nato. We should have healthcare kung magkasakit ta. Okay, then of course we have a consistent cash flow or income stream para may atong kuhaan for healthcare, protection, payout of debt, paying our debt, emergency fund, and investment. This picture is a very good picture. Maura jud ni inagtanaw na tong picture, ana nga picture, very good jud ni siya. Maura na itong i-consider, then we will be able to achieve sa may ma-achieve na to ani financial freedom, because financial literacy will lead to financial freedom. Okay, so if you want more information, so you may talk to me, you may ask me how to start, so that we can do this together. Okay, so thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for your time. I hope that every one of you, especially graduating students, will not experience any financial struggles, or if you experience, so at least you know how to manage them, especially on money. And I'm so happy to share with you on the tips on how to have financial freedom. So again, Thank you so much, and God bless us all.